Hey guys, what's going on? Figured I'd do another motorcycle video real quick. We did some stuff today. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So let's take a look at what we did. So in my last video I talked about the Mustang seat that I got. I do really like the seat. What I found is that the way it's cut like this, it moves you back just a little bit. But the problem is I got short legs. So you can see I added these little extenders on the foot pegs. And well, the highway pegs rather. But I could barely reach them before, but now I had to sit, basically I had to bring my bottom up over here to reach those. So I got these little extenders on eBay, but one of the problems I ran into is that these are not real Kuryakyn pegs. Don't know where they're from, but I would suspect Amazon. And the difference you can tell is by the foot pad. The Kuryakyn has a different style pad for the heel. But anyway, different story. So these extenders, when I ordered them, they did not fit in there where this peg was. So I had to do some filing to get the chrome plating off and take some material off. This is made out of aluminum, and I chrome plated it. So I filed off the plating on both sides and took some material off till it would fit in there snug. And then I tightened down that bolt. So this part doesn't move. The only part that moves is right here, which is pretty handy. And that's kind of how I want it to work. But I found now that in this orientation, I'm able to reach them easily. And the other thing that I had too, so when I could reach these with my feet, problem was that my knee was up against the tank right here, and part of my leg was against the air box, so it was causing some issues there. But now you can see I just did I went for right around the block to see if I could do all right with it. So now sitting on it, you can see my leg is away from the tank on both sides, and that's quite comfortable. I haven't gone for a long ride yet, but that's pretty sweet. The other thing I like too is that I can just take and rest my toe against the heel rest for a different riding position on both sides. So I do like that, and aside from the floating floorboard, so I have choices for how I want to move my feet around when I ride. So I'm pretty happy with that. But we can take another walk around the bike and see what it looks like. Really hasn't been any other changes, but we'll start it up. And oh, actually, no, I didn't show you the last time. This key I made, took a lug nut from my van. I had an extra locking lug nut because I have an 8-lug van, and all they had was 6-lug kits, so I had to get a couple extra. So I have some extra lug nuts. So this key, when I had it cut, it was too thick, so I filed it down. And then I figured, well, you know, before I started, the key didn't work anyway, so what could possibly go wrong? So I modified it some more, got it in this lug nut, threaded it in there, filled the rest with hot glue, and put this little rubber like cap on there. It was sticky on one side, so I put that on, so that works pretty good. But we'll start it up, we'll take a walk around.
Powerful match.
All right. So we still have the yellow fog lights in the headlight. I went over the windshield in the last video. That's the Bagger Shield windshield. This is what it looks like when you have it in a 6.5-inch setup. And you can see how I have the clear piece stored behind it, like so. I do like that. I got a new helmet, so I wanted to try it out and see if I had any buffeting, and I don't. So that was pretty sweet. I do highly recommend this Mustang seat though. It is a little expensive, but it's more firm than the factory seat. But what I found was, you know, the softer seat's comfortable at first when you sit on it, but not so much on long rides. Your butt kind of sinks into it, and then there's nothing left to absorb the bumps and the shocks and whatnot. So I found that this seat, even though it's more firm, the longer you ride, the more comfortable it is. And if you're gonna get one, spend a little extra money and get that adjustable backrest, because it is worth every penny. And I touched base on this in the last video, but I've got it set for the furthest forward position, which I might change now that I can reach the highway pegs. So that'll be interesting to see how I do with that. But I mean, it is, you know, you can adjust that angle like that. You know, turn that screw back, it'll lean back further. It's got a height adjustment, so you can bring it up and down. For the passenger to get on, you can always flop it down like that. Passenger can get on there, no problem. This is still the factory backrest. Mustang doesn't make one of these for the bike. Kawasaki makes these in different heights for your passengers, but we haven't had any issues with this one, so this is just the stock one, and we do like it. So we have been putting some miles on the bike. Let's see what we're up to now. Oh, that doesn't really help, does it? There we go. 2624, not too bad. It was 16319 when I got it, so we are racking up the miles. We do have that back tire on there, that new back tire. Metzler ME888 tire has been phenomenal. I do like it. I've ridden it in the rain, and it's been awesome. So I think when the front tire needs to get changed, which hopefully will be after my trip and not before, I'm gonna get the same one, because I have the Harley Davidson front tire on there. Previous owner probably put that on at some point, but anyway, when that's worn out, I'll change it. But I am loving the bike. It's very comfortable, it's smooth, the cruise control works awesome. My only regret about the bike is not getting it sooner. So if you're thinking about one of these, you should probably take one for a ride and try it out. I'm not going to say that's better than a Harley, because I'm not into that whole thing. But what I will say is, for the money, it's a really good bike, and it's a lot of bike for the money. So if you're not sure that you want a long touring bike, maybe get yourself one of these and try it out. And I mean, I've been really happy with it. Like I said, I won't say that it's better than Harley. I won't say anything like that, but Harley makes a good bike. But this bike is very reliable. Kawasaki has proven that with these. The 6-speed transmission is nice. It shifts smooth. 80 miles an hour, you're at 3,000 RPM, so you're not making the engine scream. You're not going through a bunch of fuel. I'm getting 42 to 44 miles per gallon, sometimes 45, depends on how I ride and how fast I ride, depending on what roads, obviously. But I do like it. I do recommend it. But if you have any questions about this bike or anything I've done to it, by all means, shoot me a message and or reply, whatever you want to do, comment, let me know, and I'll answer the question to the best of my abilities. But I am super happy with this bike, so ride what you ride, enjoy the ride, and ride safe, most importantly, so you can ride another day. And yeah, just enjoy, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.